Hello.
Hello.
Yay, hello and welcome to this week's Business Blondes, where for a bit of a difference, we have recorded it. And we've done that because we were due to be able to hopefully meet, but due to the current tiering system, we're not. So we are having our socially distanced Christmas get-together and sharing with all of you some of our thoughts for how business is right now, for our plans for the coming festivities and getting ourselves ready for 2021. So let's start with what's been going on for you this week. And Sam, I'm going to come to you first, please, my lovely.
Well, that's a really hard question to answer, seeing it's only Monday. But I mean, today for me has been fabulous. I have had the luxury of going out with a client for lunch, which has been gorgeous. We do it every Christmas and it's just lovely just to exchange gifts and reflect on what we've done together throughout the year, and a bit of planning for 2021. So I've had a gorgeous morning, along with a peer-to-peer session as well. So all of my favourite things.
Oh, fabulous. Sounds lovely. And I'm extremely jealous being in tier 3. So I've gone nowhere for that long. I've forgotten what it's like. But I'll just live vicariously through you, which makes me feel so much better. So to follow that theme, because I'm bound to feel even more jealous, Carol-Anne, how about you, my love?
Well, I've been cramming in a lot of meals out before lockdown or tier 3 descends upon us. So I'm out tonight and I'm out tomorrow, and I think that's it now. Not because of spirit not willing, but I'm afraid we're not allowed to. But I've got Christmas head on in the worst possible way. And what I mean is I keep putting the wrong things in the diary at different times, which is a great sign of tiredness. And I think we get to this stage of the year where there's so much going on at home, in business, friends, family. And I just made 2 massive calendar errors, which my poor VA is having to sort out for me. And I think one day leads into another like this when it's Christmassy. And yet I'm mad busy with work. And every year I am at Christmas, you'd think, well, as a life coach, this isn't the time when you'd start. Oh, it is. People are like, I can hardly bear Christmas. I need to start making changes, get a lot of inquiries. So just when you think you might be winding down, it's actually quite frenetic. It's quite busy, which I like. But as I say, the tiredness means I'm prone to making a few, calendar errors.
Oh, bless you. And it's such a busy time, isn't it? Because people do start to reflect on where they're ending their year and what that looks like in comparison to what their plans were when they started the year. And I think that's why probably for all of us that are coaching, we're seeing a massive increase. And this year, I guess more so than most, because it's been such a year of pause and reflection, hasn't it? So Penny, my lovely, how about you? And I know, bless you, you've got laryngitis, so you're kindly trying to keep going. We'll try to be kind to you and not make you talk too much.
Oh, it's an interesting one, laryngitis, because I'm not in pain, but your voice gives way. So I get it when I'm extremely exhausted. So Carol-Anne, I'm sort of with you on that. I think, gosh, haven't we expected a lot of ourselves this year? I mean, we really have. I actually was thinking, have I had a day this year when I haven't worked in one of the days? I mean, I don't tend to work at weekends, but actually, even though we went camping and did all sorts of things, I was completely in touch all the time, thinking things. I was replanning, business modeling. And so, yeah, I am tired. And I thought I'm going to stop on Friday evening. And then I've just put 2 more big client meetings in for for Monday. So I'm already filling next week up. So there's something about boundaries there. I think I need the 3 of you to coach me today. But I am loving it. The thing is, we all love our work, don't we? Yeah. That's the trouble. Yeah. We love it, and then we love our families, and we love our friends, and we just try and do it all, don't we? But I think so. I mean, yes, this would be Thursday, wouldn't it? So we're confusing everyone, and of course we're chatting on a Monday. But if I look at how my week will be by Thursday, I'll have had a really good week. So I've got quite a lot of new clients coming in at the moment, which is exciting. But I'm very sad that I didn't get the email to glam up. I was going to glam up when we met on Thursday for our lunch. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to Christmas.
How about you, to have that break and to I guess, and to be kind to ourselves, because that's often the thing that we forget to do, isn't it? We're busy trying to be there for our families, be there for our clients, be there for our business, but we need to recognise that we do have to be there for us too. And I know that's sometimes the thing that I struggle most with, because it feels very selfish. And yet it isn't selfish. And you guys are always so good at coaching me into this, which is actually you can't pour from an empty cup. And if we don't take that time to look after ourselves and to give ourselves time to recharge, then we can't continue to be there to support others to do what they're looking for.
I think also this year, if you own a business, then most of my clients, and myself included, haven't taken any holiday, like we're all saying, because we couldn't go anywhere. Holidays were cancelled. I've had a couple of cancelled holidays this year. So because I was servicing my clients and I wanted to be there for them in their hour of need, there wasn't any reason to take holiday. And because I think it was such a, as they say, unprecedented times, that you were running on adrenaline, so you didn't really feel like you needed it. But gosh, now I am hearing burnout. I mean, touch wood, I feel absolutely fine, but I do feel absolutely ready for a break as well. And I can't wait for, I'm finishing next Tuesday, the 22nd, and I can't wait to hang up my coaching hat and just absolutely turn off for a week or so. And I plan to do that. So I think everybody's feeling it a bit. And clearly, Penny, it's coming out in your voice, lovely.
My voice. Yeah. So that's an interesting thing, because a few people have said what they're going to do between Christmas and New Year. And when you are coaching clients and you have commitments and people on retainers and things like that, do you think we've all got permission to not work between Christmas and New Year?
Yeah.
Well, as you said, Penny, it's about boundaries. And I said, because sometimes I will fit things in, and then next minute you fitted a whole day in of appointments. So I said to my VA, don't let me take any more bookings, because I will. And you need that boundary, and put that in, no more, because otherwise we could just always take another booking, another phone call, another event, and it's about looking after yourself and thinking, can I really handle this? And there's nothing wrong in having the whole of next week off, really.
I completely agree. And also just thinking to yourself, how would you feel if you asked somebody and they said, I'm really sorry, I can't because I'm giving myself a breather for Christmas? You'd be really pleased for them that they were actually taking time and putting those boundaries in. I think sometimes we have to consider how we would respond and recognize that our clients will respond the same way for us, because we care about our clients, our clients care about us too.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving forward to post Christmas, assuming we've all had that great rest, none of us have overeaten or overdrunk, so we've got nothing to recover from, of course. What's next year going to be like, do you think, for everybody?
Well, I'm feeling really positive about next year. Every business owner I speak to at the moment is full of positivity. I think I shared last week or the week before that I've been collecting average scores every time I do a peer group, and actually as the weeks lead up to January, that number is getting higher and higher. And the question I'm asking people is, how positive do you feel in business for 2021? And I'm so pleased to say that everybody that I'm speaking to anyway is feeling tremendously positive. And it's almost like, I think I said this last year as well, that people just can't wait to get this year over and done with, and almost like we just want to fast forward through to January, because it is bringing with it positivity. So I feel positive.
Isn't it good really in a way that COVID sort of started in March last year, because you could almost, hopefully, if it started in September and went through to September, but we can hopefully somehow put a blanket around it and say that was 2020. I mean, there are going to be, we're going to be going into Brexit. Ugh, don't mention that word, but there are going to be some overhangs from this year, but hopefully it's all about rebuilding, isn't it, moving forward?
Yeah, and I think obviously Brexit's a challenge for everybody, but I think the fact that it's coming after COVID is a real positive, because before it was all consuming, wasn't it? It was like, how are we actually going to be able to deal with this? And now gone through the year that we've gone through, and who on earth expected this to happen? And I think what it's taught people is that we can do more than we thought that we could, and that we have an inner resilience, and that we just need to keep thinking differently and keep talking to each other and looking for innovative ways of delivering what we already deliver. And I think that's going to be critical to our success next year, because we've come through so much. And I think it's probably given people back that fighting spirit that says, if I can get through this, I can get through anything. So what did I learn at the points that I was doubting myself, that I was doubting my organization? What did I have to do differently? And how do I take those learnings and take them into my future, so that rather than being overwhelmed when something like this comes up again, I go, that's okay, I've got that in my toolkit. And I think that's why more people have been working with people like us, people like coaches, to have more people in their toolkit, but also to have somebody on their side, because it can feel very, very lonely. And where do you go to for that support? If you're a leader, if you're a business owner, who do you go to get your advice to help you cut through the noise? And I think that for me has been certainly what my clients have said has been the biggest turning point for them, is having somebody on their side to help them through this and to be that independent voice, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's been a time for people to take stock and think what really matters to them in life and in business. And a lot of people are saying, I really want to have an intention for 2021, perhaps more so than they ever have. And plus focus, so intention plus focus will give you the action that you want or the result you want. So I think people are thinking, right, as soon as this starts getting easier, I'm off the starting blocks, I'm going to run. But we're just waiting for that moment, you know, and it's the incredible superpower of patience. Everyone's had to draw upon that this year. Just be really patient, be ready, stop, start, but be ready for when it's you know, it's a clear path again, and then we'll all be running down it, hopefully. Yay.
Yeah, I judged the Women in Business Awards for New Business of the Year, and it was phenomenal reading how many new businesses have started this year, and you just don't realize, and they're doing okay. And I think I mean, they do say always start a business in a recession, because it's the only way is up if you can do that. But also, you know, we do forget that there's a lot of money sloshing around. There's been a lot of success stories this year, and a lot of money saved as well. So I think it's really important when people are planning for next year to start realizing, you know, not to go into it with a scarcity feeling. You know, there's abundance out there. I really believe it, and also an abundance of people wanting help to change and innovate and move forward and invest in good things. I think
you're right, Penny. I think there's a lot of money. A lot of businesses are cash rich at the minute due to the government funding and due to cost savings as well with the furlough scheme. And I think that and the fact that we've had to adapt and be resilient and change our business model or reinvent ourselves, I think that's what's causing the positivity going into next year. It's almost like, what else can you throw at me? Because I'm tough and I can survive this. So I think everybody's ready.
It was really interesting. I went Christmas shopping yesterday into Guildford, and with Hannah and Ross. And it was very interesting being in the high street, but it was interesting being with Hannah, because, you know, Hannah used to work for Accenture, and they spent a lot of time with a lot of these huge retail brands trying to get them to innovate. And she said, you know, Mum, I don't feel sorry for these. And I said, really? She said, no, Mum, I've been in rooms with a lot of C-suite people telling them they need to innovate and listen to the modern consumer and what they want, and they haven't. And she said, I am so excited about the brands that are going to emerge that really respect the consumer and understand the consumer. And she then started reeling off to me the sort of experience economy she wants on the high street. And it gave me so much excitement about the opportunity for people now. There is so much space for great people. Ross wanted a pair of jeans, and he said, I'm going to buy some decent jeans. And he went to Levi because he's into sort of sustainable brands and things, and likes the way that they've built as a company. He said it was an amazing experience going in there, the way this person approached him, managed him. It was a personal shopping experience. And it's going to be really, I think, you know, this, everybody talks about the high street, and I think it's going to be exciting. I was talking to Hannah, I was thinking all these brands and young people and young thoughts and ideas that are going to hit the high street. It's going to make it incredible.
It has been quite stale for a long time, hasn't it? I mean,
it has.
High Street's been very complacent and just expecting everyone to go there because it's just there. And with the close of Debenhams, they've had some really great ideas in Debenhams, but the rest of it was all kind of falling apart. So it's like everything needs to be resilient, not only resilient, but kind of reinvention. That's the word I'm looking for. Reinvention.
Yeah.
To really think,
wash out some of the old, wash it out.
And I was going to say, luckily, as solo entrepreneurs or small businesses, you can reinvent.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a big corporate, it's like turning a tanker. They can't change quickly. So the beauty of small businesses and solo entrepreneurs is we can, change on a dime. We can completely change, but add new things, remove stuff that's not working, bend with the times. And I think you're right, Penny. People want experiences now.
They want to feel appreciated when you walk through the door. You want, and there is so much open space there now, I think, for people, and landlords obviously have to adapt to they've been very greedy about the cost of rentals. I just think she made me really excited about it. And actually, I know you're right about that, and I said that to Hannah about it's hard to turn a big ship, and she said, Mum, they didn't have enough motivation. They weren't motivated enough to do it because they were already very wealthy individuals. They didn't really feel the pain of it.
No.
And I know we might be sounding I might be sounding a bit political here, but she really gave me, as a 28-year-old, she's quite into innovation, and she knows how she wants to shop, and it gave me real excitement about the high street. So I don't know if anybody's listening to this and has got great ideas, something they want to do. We'd love to hear about it, because we want to support the high street, but bring in new, fun, great experiences into the high street. Because I love the high street. You love it, don't you? We all love the high street.
I love the high street. I love department stores, but they were getting a bit like the Grace Brothers, It's something out of the 1950s and 60s, and you're thinking, but there's so much sparkle that's not coming through here. Even the other day at a supermarket, two of the checkout ladies were talking to each other, and I spent £150 and they didn't even acknowledge me. And I was thinking, that's a bit of customer care that needs to be going on here. That can't continue. £150 on a pair of shoes, all groceries, look after your customer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's one of the things that people thought, though, wasn't it? So I've worked in lots of big corporates, and when you sit and have the discussions about the customer, I sometimes wonder, who is this fictional customer? Because it's almost like we walk into an organization and we go, I'm working now, so I'm going to put my work hat on, and I'm going to start to talk about these people as if they're very different. But the reality is, every customer is somebody's husband or wife or mother or father or daughter or son, and we all have those. So we all have family members, and we have to think, if I were delivering this for somebody I love, is it the experience I want them to have? Because if we get ourselves in that mindset, that's what sets us apart. And instead, I remember sitting in one particular organisation where they were having this debate about, I didn't understand why this started to decline. And I was like, interesting, can I just ask how we happen to pay our people? And electronic. So either we think we're thick, or we think the customers are thick. Because if we've moved to electronic because it's environmentally friendly and it's sustainable, why would our customers not think the same way? So I think we've got to remember, and I think it's why solopreneurs and entrepreneurs are in such a good space. It's perhaps easier to remember that we are just like the people we serve, and therefore, if we can deliver the kind of experience us and our loved ones would like, we can probably deliver the experience our clients are going to like.
Yeah. I think everything you guys are saying is right. I don't want to get into the whys and wherefores of the demise of Debenhams or Arcadia Group, but when was the last time you saw any change in any of that? They just, like Hannah says, they haven't evolved. They haven't thought about the millennials, the Gen Zs, or even our generation. They haven't thought about, what do we need now? Where is that sparkle? You're right, Caroline. That is a brilliant word.
Yeah,
they just haven't evolved.
Hannah was saying to me, Mum, I know everybody knocks Amazon. I know we need to try and diversify where we spend our money. But here is a man who actually understood what the market wants. You've got a time-starved, financially astute.
Yeah. Oh, I think we've lost Penny, but I think I know where she was going with that. Absolutely. It's meeting customers' demands. We are very busy.
Yeah, we're very busy, and so we haven't got time to try and find a car parking space. It's got to be much easier. We are time starved. We don't give ourselves the luxury. And if we do go on a Saturday to shop, we want it to be a nice experience, and we want things fast. I mean, I ordered something. My dad wanted to buy my sister-in-law a present, and he always buys. He wanted to buy her Clarins things, and we went onto Amazon, and I said, "Oh, Dad, let's buy it from Boots." And it took 8 days for it to come from Boots, and he missed her birthday. And I thought, for goodness sake, what is the reason for that? We could have had it next day. They've got to wake up to the fact that we all want something tomorrow now. We want a great experience.
But also, don't we still want that personal touch? Right? I want the high street to reinvent itself.
Exactly.
I want it to come back, and I want it to come alive again. And I want to feel alive when I'm shopping. Because I'm still of that generation where I don't want to buy online because I'm a people person. I want to have that transaction with somebody and I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be ignored, Caroline. That really, really annoys me when checkout assistants talk to each other. Absolutely.
If something's not in stock when you do drive in and you do finally park, why can't they say to you, but we'll get that to you tomorrow?
Yeah.
But maybe they should look to the influencers on Instagram who seem to have the pulse of what people want to know about. So, for example, makeup influencers on Instagram, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers. Get one of those to stand in Debenhams and say, "Have you ever wondered how to do your eyeliner properly?"
Yeah.
It would be mobbed. And I'm doing a demonstration here. Who would like to come? And it would just, if you lit up every one of those counters with someone talking to you, showing you something, sharing something, having demonstrations, this makes it an experience. They're just dead stop line there. And at the moment, a lot of the makeup counters, you can't touch anything. They don't put anything out. I bought a Chanel lipstick the other day, and I said, "Oh, can I just pick it?" No, you can't even pick it up.
No.
So bring it alive some other way then, It's time to rethink all this, to get the consumer out there wanting to go in the shops because it's better than online.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be fun. It has to be something where the four of us would love to meet and go shopping together.
Yeah.
It's got to be a better experience. It has.
We need to talk to Philip Green, don't we?
Yeah,
I think it's not just about shopping, though, is it? I mean, that's that piece around saying with every experience, with every business that we're in, it's about creating that experience and sharing the knowledge, because that's what people want now, isn't it? They want a bit of a knowledge exchange as well as whatever it is they're getting, whether that's how to put your eyeliner on better or whether or not it's how to take your business online. You want to feel like you're learning something as well as experiencing something, I think.
How many of us have been thanked by a supplier for their business?
I've just been given this morning a gorgeous, gorgeous hamper from one of my clients.
Well, there you are. But we do forget, don't we? And we're consumers, you know what I mean? And you all are very kind to us. And I think that's the other thing. Sometimes we have to, remember how it's all the way round, isn't it? To encourage everyone as well, and just that appreciation. And you're right about that, Kim, when, it is about the experience we give our clients and we give and also, thanking clients for the business.
Yeah.
Saying
to people, thank you very much for your business.
I think that's what I missed this year. Like this time last year, I'd be at my club, giving people a bottle of champagne, buying them a glass of fizz, giving them a hug, thank you so much. And that lovely goodwill gesture at the end of the year, people that have come back to you, given you more work, referred you on. I miss that kind of goodwill show now.
And I love giving, so it's not that, I mean, I've still gived, but you've done it online, so it's just been delivered to their office or to their home, and it's not the same as giving it to somebody with a Christmas kiss and having that exchange. It's just not the same.
It's not, but I think it's probably given us all a much greater appreciation for that, because I think we'd started to perhaps take some of that a little bit for granted. I mean, I know certainly for me, I've been pretty much locked in for nearly 9 months, and I didn't realize how much I appreciated physically being with people, not just through Zoom, not just through these things. So I've always been very appreciative. I've always I've always said thank you and things, but actually missing that human interaction of being able to kind of really see the joy in somebody's eyes, which is very hard to do on Zoom because you're constantly trying to work out where am I supposed to look and how do I keep everybody's face in going, and how do I make sure that while I'm really interested and I'm looking at you because I'm interested, actually somewhere on the screen you're down here, so it looks like I'm looking at my keyboard if actually I'm looking at you. And I think that's just caused us all to recognize that. I remember, joking with my brother, he said he spent 47 years desperately avoiding my hug, and now he can't wait until we're actually in a place where we can hug. Because I think we've started to appreciate the little things that we had that we perhaps didn't realize how important they were.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we had a Christmas wish to give our lovely Business Blondes audience, what little wish would you like to share with everybody for the Christmas period?
Oh, that's a lovely idea.
Well, who would like to go first?
I just wish everyone will have that time for themselves that we're all craving. We'll see that actually it's okay to take the time off. I normally go away in between Christmas and New Year. Every single year. We've done it for about 6 years now, I think. So I'm okay actually with saying no, I'm off. And let's face it, what I do is not life-saving. So it's okay to take time off, and people will respect you for that, and people will be okay without your support, just for those few days. So give yourself that time, give yourself that switch off, and come back fighting, because that's what the next year is going to take, because every year takes that.
Yeah, I suppose I like that, Sam, a lot. I was thinking as well about, I wish people health, and I think, or each of us has to take responsibility for our physical and our mental health, and try and keep the right side of this COVID situation as well. So I suppose I really wish people health, but I do mean that sort of in terms of fitness, physical and mental fitness. And as we go into a new year, that self-awareness of how well do I actually look after my mental and my physical fitness. I think reflection time around that. I know that I've put on some weight this year. I think quite a few of us might have done. I know I've given myself self-care in some ways, but I think I need to rebalance again. So I know that's one of my big priorities, to rebalance myself between Christmas and New Year. So I wish everybody else that time as well.
And they're great. I guess for me, I would really hope that everybody gets kindness and belief. And by that, I mean kindness for themselves and for everybody they meet, and also belief. So one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given is when somebody has lent me their belief in me to enable me to find my own. And it's one of the greatest gifts we can give anybody else. So I wish that everybody gets the belief that they need to achieve their dreams.
Wow, what lovely fairy godmothers we are. And I would say give yourself a lot of love.
Yeah.
Because, women particularly overextend themselves at this time of year. Christmas is really very much a women's job. We cook, we shop, we look after everyone. But at the end of the day, we can only look after ourselves too. So you really, as you all said, be kind to yourself this Christmas. Give yourself a big hug.
Yeah. And have fun. Let's have some fun. It's been a tough year. Yeah. Let's really, let our hair down and enjoy the time that we're allowed to spend with our families if we can, and have some fun.
Yeah. Do dancing in the kitchen, eh, Sam?
Absolutely, always dancing in the kitchen.
Well, I'll do that, Sam. You know me.
Yeah.
Let's drink for fun. Thank you very much. It's been great today.
We should have a glass of fizz, and we should be cheering each other with some crisp.
Having my Business Blondes cup of tea here.
I've got sparkling water, which is not the fizz that we were looking for, really, was it, ladies? But it's been a delight as always. And I mean, what a journey this year. If we think that, this idea came about because we were helping each other and supporting each other during a time of crisis, why don't we just record this? This might be helpful to other people that are in business and feeling the same way. And now here we are, still terrified, but on week 13, and every time we kind of go, oh my goodness, is this going to work? But it's been such an amazing journey already. We've had such lovely guests and such great feedback, and I'm really excited for the new year and for the new guests and their journeys that they're going to share with you all. So I guess before we go, just to let you know, if you would like to join us next year, if you want to be one of those guests sharing your journey, sharing with us all of your experiences, then please do get in touch at www.businessblondes.tv. And in the interim, health, wealth, and happiness. And we will see you all in 2021. Take care.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.